October is finally here. Time for the cream of the crop to rise to the top. We have a new #1 in the area.
They didn't even have us. They had us #5 in the WCAC. They didn't think we were going to be able to get to the playoffs.
Plus, it's the Math of Good Counsel Week in more than one sport. And the ladies taking a bite out of the gridiron. It's always October on this edition of High School Sports Final, starting now.
I'm Joe Hayden. You're watching High School Sports Final on News Channel 8.
From News Channel 8, this is High School Sports Final.
The #1 team in the area in action late last week. Gonzaga Good Counsel at Coolidge. Falcons took a hold of this game pretty early. Take a look at Andres Castillo with the quick drop back and the slant pass to Keon Pay for the short touchdown. Good Counsel putting the #9 team in the country on the ropes, keeping them there all day. And the defense, they came to play too, holding Eagles running back Reggie Corbin to under 25 yards. And Good Counsel rebounds after a tough loss, beats Gonzaga 17-7, getting a step up in that ultra-competitive WCAC.
I don't know what happens. My head's kind of spinning right now, but you know, we got embarrassed last Friday up in Baltimore, and our kids responded, and they came out and played Good Counsel football, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Well, we got all of our offense players together. We said the offensive line is going to win the game today. If we want to win and to knock off the #9 team in the country, it's going to be up to the offensive line, and they stepped up. They had a great game. They won the game for us today. I'm just so proud of my guys for stepping up.
Bob Malloy, Joe Hayden bringing us into High School Sports Final. It's going to be a good day, y'all. Hello there, and thanks for joining us for High School Sports Final. I'm your host, Monica McNutt. Lots of scores, lots of highlights to get to. So as always, let's not waste any time. That was a big game in the WCAC. That sets up our game of the night. We'll get you to that later in the show, of course. First, with Yom Kippur this week, many games were moved to Thursday in honor of the Jewish holiday. Let's head to Montgomery County, where Seneca Valley rebounded nicely after a loss to Northwest. The Screaming Eagles, they pounded BCC 42-6. Meanwhile, Sherwood is looking to stay right behind an undefeated Paint Branch team in the 4A East. Let's go to Germantown. In Montgomery County, as Seneca Valley hosts Sherwood, and the band getting things pumped off for this one, here's Seneca Valley's Adrian Felix Platt. Getting the handoff, he makes a couple of good moves and heads in for the score there. A little later, now it would be Sherwood trying to punch it in, but the QB option is sniffed out by the defense, and they hold them to just 3 points. Sherwood proved to be too much for the Eagles as they go on to win 27-17. Over to Wise in Northwestern, coming down to PG County. They met up at Wise High School. Northwestern punter takes the snap. He punts it off to Miles Wolfoff. He gets hit hard and then finds the outside until he's pushed out of bounds. Look at him go, using some speed. There goes out of bounds line. All right, this was a defensive game here during these two facing off. However, Walter Reap throws it up, and it ends up in Wolfoff's hands. He runs it up to the 20-yard line. Handoff here, Carlton Rainey, and he hits it hard by the Northwestern defense. Wise shuts out Northwestern 24-0. In Woodbridge, over in Virginia, as Garfield's band and cheerleaders are getting ready for a matchup with Osborne Park. Right into the action, Osborne Park's running back receives the swing pass and gets up the field before he was pushed out of bounds. Osborne Park still with the ball as the quarterback hits the tight end over the middle. That is a completed pass. Garfield goes on to defeat Osborne final there, 27-14. Yesterday in Northwest DC, as Sidwell Friends takes on Murray, here comes Sidwell's Miles Brown as he gets to the corner and heads down the sideline. Finally, he's brought down by a defender at the 1-yard line. Great field position. The next play, quarterback Ted Hefter. Well, I'm just going to do it myself. He punches it in for the touchdown. Sidwell goes on to take this one. They beat Murray 50-6. What a lopsided game. All right, back to that Good Counsel and Gonzaga game. The Falcons catapulted themselves back into the conversation in the WCAC behind the quick feet of John Lee. Therefore, Lee is this week's Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Itility. The junior running back carried the ball 30 times. Obviously, Coach Malloy and the staff wanted to keep possession and feed Lee the ball. Lee with 162 yards and 1 touchdown in a 17-7 win against the 9th-ranked team in the country. So congratulations to Jonathan Lee, our Utility Athlete of the Week. For many high school athletes, their sport is their life. It takes up all their time. But are they ready for what comes after the playing field? 2 young entrepreneurs have gone back to their high school to prepare the football team for life off the gridiron. ABC 7's Leon Harris has the story of Sam Cisse and Cortini Grange.
When you get out, I was like, okay, what am I going to do now?
Former Redskins wide receiver Gary Clark talking to Eleanor Roosevelt High School's football team about life after the gridiron.
Just basic etiquette, the different things that basically teach an athlete to become a man outside of the sport.
Watch the ball. It's part of Fly Fridays, a team bonding and motivational series held after practice the night before games. Fly, F-L-Y-E, stands for Future Leaders and Young Entrepreneurs. It's the brainchild of 2 former Roosevelt athletes who thought it was time to give back.
I want them to learn entrepreneurship. I want them to learn how to be professional, how to turn their passions into reality.
We try to get very distinct former NFL or athletic individuals that have either transitioned to be business owners or in some way, shape, or form an entrepreneur.
Former NFL quarterback Lee Bodden treated the team to a little bit of rap.
The next 6 years, I started for every team. I retired, opened a gym. Now I'm starting another dream.
There is future after football. I don't care who you are. You're going to have to do something afterwards. And to start young and start at this age is very essential for these young individuals.
Come fly with us is their motto. Well, athletics are great, the co-founders say. They shouldn't define who you are. They want to create athletes who amaze on the field while astounding the world of business at the same time.
Future leaders, young entrepreneurs. I like that. The Fly program expands after the football season. Grange and Cisse hope to bring their series to other high schools as well. Lots of games to get to, and we are just getting started right here on High School Sports Final. Up next, the game of the night, WCAC, DeMatha, Good Counsel. I mean, what else is there to say? You know how that goes. Highlights coming up after the break. Plus, we'll talk with some special players tackling a misconception about football, and they're coming out of Bladensburg. Of course, and don't forget, for the latest scores and highlights of featured games, you can log on to hssportsfinal.com. Welcome back to High School Sports Final. Now, DeMatha had a big win last week against St. John's. The Stags led by Bo English, but it was Good Counsel that had the best week for football. They beat Gonzaga, which we saw at the beginning of the show. This week, the winners of the last 5 WCAC titles squared off. So that takes us to our game of the night. DeMatha and Good Counsel out in Olney. We'll head over to Olney, like we said, Maryland, where Good Counsel and DeMatha got it on. Good Counsel, Andres Castillo takes a snap, hands it off to Muhammad Ibrahim, who pops through the middle. He breaks a tackle and runs it to the outside. He'd break one more to keep it moving. Castillo here would hand it off, though. Ibrahim, he finds the hole and reaches the ball. That's a touchdown. Goal line for 6. Look who it is a little bit later. Ibrahim again, finding another hole, turning the Jets on. He just loves that end zone space, right? He finds the end zone yet again. DeMatha's Bo English, he would take the snap here, a handoff of his own to the 5. He cuts it up the middle and breaks a few tackles for the needed long run. But not enough on this night. Good Counsel wins it and takes a hold of first place in the conference at 21-14. Chopticon is trying to rally after their teammate Alex Sanders leaves the game with a broken collarbone. Here, their Donovan Jordan takes a snap, tries to throw, but he's taken down hard by Huntington's defense. Jordan steps back this time, throws. He finds Anthony Liciti down the field to get them into the red zone. Setting some good things up. Jordan takes the snap. He looks right and sees Nikki Gray on the slant. He brings it in for 6. I nicknamed him Nicky. It's Nick. Anyway, Huntington's Andrew Pawlowski steps back, waits. He bombs it to Allen Mickletown, who you saw take it downfield. Pawlowski, though, pitches. This time he finds his running back. It's a fumble. Chapacon picks it up. They're holding on to possession. Huntington's back, though. They find a hole and make it into the end zone. Looks like somebody got hurt in the process. That's okay. Good effort to get the touchdown. Chapacon holds on. They take this one 28-20. In Upper Montgomery County last night, Churchill visiting Quince Orchard. Here's how Quince Orchard's Marvin Viander has it as he gets the handoff and makes a few defenders miss. Turns on the Jets, outruns another. Oh, that's the end zone, folks. That's 6 points. The running attack continues as Kyle Green gets the ball and punches in for the score there. A little later, Viander again. He's on the move as he scores yet another touchdown. He had an incredible game. Good for him. Quince Orchard goes on to beat Churchill 44-3. Much respect for the game between Battlefield and Hilton, but boy, did that fly out the door on the punt. Look at this hit by Sean Cephas. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See, I told y'all about my kids in football and it happened. Anyway, the Bobcats were fired up after that play. The guy on the receiving end of that, he bounces back. Giannis Ngeti catches this short pass and then fights off a tackler. Boom, finds some space. Yeah, he did. Down the sidelines he goes, cuts it back, and he's brought down, but the Bulldogs would score. Battlefield tries to stay in this game. Matt Gallagher back to pass, and look at this pretty pass, and there's some solid gold at the end of that rainbow. Zach Kirkston hauls it in for the long touchdown, but it wasn't enough as Hilton hangs on 40-28, ending the Bobcats' 5-game winning streak. T.C. Williams, hey cheerleaders, they're ready, they're doing their thing, getting everybody pumped up. T.C. Williams, Holland Darius, he takes a snap and scrambles, then finds Colson Jenkins. Oh, he just happened to be in the end zone. Nice connection there, quarterback to his receiver. Handoff here, Chris Waddell. He's gonna break some tackles. You know, these high school kids are strong. He got tripped though, then he's hit hard by Hamad Hassan. Holland throws a bomb in this play, downfield. He's going to connect with the receiver again and between two defenders. Great throw and catch. Annandale's turn. Quarterback Tucker, Mack keeps it in for the sneak in the end zone. He's macking on that play. T.C. Williams has the answer, though. Watch out. Here it comes. Kickoff to Tavares James. Doo-doo-doo. He finds a hole. He's just going to keep running and keep running and keep on running. And he's going to take it all the way. Annandale wins this one, though, 61-40. LaPlatus cheerleaders, cheerleaders getting a lot of shine on our show today. Maybe we need to do a thing on whether they're athletes or not. Anyway, LaPlatus Wyatt Potter takes the snap. He finds Jack Pilkerton, who fights through tackles. He finds the end zone as well. Kickoff, Jan Ziba. Ball's in the air. He's going to catch it, and he takes it up the middle, but he's sandwiched by LaPlatus special teams. Potter hands off to Calvin Lanier here. He breaks out to the left, does a nice stiff arm little Heisman pose, but the ball pops out, and Great Mills would recover. LaPlatus wins this one in a blowout, 28-7. More to come on High School Sports Final, including our play of the week, some cool plays. We'll check them out later in the show. And how about some soccer? Highlight one of the area's best teams up after the break. And you have a chance to show us who has the most energetic and spirited high school. Log on to WJLA.com/spirit and tell us why your school is the best. Wait, it was good counsel in DeMatha and soccer too? Yeah, it was. Stags Michael Osi-Wusu. He just misses that header, the ball laying right there. Goldie blocks it, but as you can see, Jonathan Molina would clean it up, and DeMatha would win this one 4-1. A little payback for the third-ranked Stags. Patriot had a rough week. They lost to Hilton 66-41. Ricky Slade with 6 touchdowns. He was our Artillery Athlete of the Week last week. But enough about Slade. Patriot trying to bounce back. Surely practices were spirited this week as they took on Potomac, right? The Pioneers and the Panthers meet under the lights tonight, so let's get right into it. The Pioneers with the ball as Nick Matthews receives the pass and gets upfield, and that is enough for a first down. On the same drive, Cody Agnew throws a nice pass to Corey Coyne, and he's dragged out of bounds after a nice gain. Now, here comes J.B. Thompson as he gets the handoff, heads right through the Panthers' defense, basically untouched, and he would score. Patriot goes on to win. They beat Potomac 43-22. Still more as we wrap up this edition of High School Sports Final. Our plays of the week, a couple to choose from. Check them out after the break. Plus,
when I first seen Livy, I was like, she playing football with us? Like, she wants to play football? Like, this is like a very physical sport. I didn't think she could handle it at first. And then her first game, she came out and did what she did. I was like, oh, this might be perfect for her. Next thing you know, I touched the ball, I'm running, and then next thing you know, I just see her blowing up a defender. I was like, oh, God.
remember, you can go to our Facebook page at High School Sports Final to select your choice for the play of the week. Here's one play of the week, though. Patriots' Nick Matthews, as he catches the ball in traffic, shakes off a few tackles, and gets on his giddy-up. He's going to keep going, y'all. That's a touchdown. The Pioneers go on to win this game. Good for him. All right, here's Battlefield's Matt Gallagher as he drops back and hooks up with Zach Kirkston. That's a deep one, too, down the sideline, and he will walk in, kind of stroll in for the score. Pretty pass by Matt. Good job, fellas. Joining us now are two very special linemen with the Bladensburg JV football team. Now, ladies, I said if you could find a girls football team, somebody should let me know. I don't think that exists. But you guys,
there is.
On the high school level?
No, there's not.
Yeah, I knew about the pros. So you guys have no choice but to mix it up with the boys. We're joined now by Miss Olivia Jeter and Jasmine Johns, and then their coach, Lester Overson. Hey, girls.
Hello.
I'm gonna wait for the camera to say hey. Okay. All right, so you're both lovely young ladies, and that was your teammate we had teased to the soundbite. Why football, y'all?
I like to hit people. And I can't hit anybody else in other sports, so I tried out for football.
I played basketball. You can set a nice screen in basketball.
But then I can still get penalties.
Yeah, that's true. I want you to follow out. Jasmine, what's your thought process on football?
I like being like a boy.
Okay. All right, so Coach, it's simple for you. So would you play rugby? Well, girls play rugby too.
No.
No. So why football? There's got to be a little bit more to it.
I just want to show them that girls can do what boys can do too, I guess.
So is it about proving folks wrong, or are you guys into the game?
No, I'm into the game. I'm about my sport.
Okay. So who are maybe some folks that you look up to in the sports world? Maybe not just football players.
In the sports world?
Yeah. You got any sports idols?
No, not really.
Okay, you play football with the boys, but you have no sports idols?
I didn't know anything about football before it came out. All I knew was quarterback and probably receiver.
Okay, so Coach, I understand picking up guys that don't know much about the game, but tell me about why, I guess you couldn't have told them no? Could you have told them no?
Well, from my understanding, I think some other coaches have told ladies that they couldn't play. Mm-hmm. Again, myself, when Olivia came out first, like I had mentioned before, I thought she wanted to be a manager. And then when I saw Jazz, we were coming out to practice, and she was standing on the fence. So I walked by her at first, and then when I came back, I asked her, was she trying to play football? And she said, yes, I'm going to play football.
So, all right, girls, that's Coach's view of the encounter. But Jasmine, when you were, I'm sorry, Olivia, I apologize. Jasmine, when you guys both were at the meetings or on the fence waiting for practice, were you nervous about approaching Coach about playing football?
When I first came out for the interest meeting of last year, I was a little scared because the whole gym was full of boys, and just walking across the guys, it looked weird. And then my first time coming out to one of the workouts, they were like, you really want to play? I was like, guys, when I say I'm about something, I really mean it. So I started coming out, and I never left the coach's side.
Good stuff. All right, earlier this week, I had an opportunity to check you guys out at practice. Coach, this is what you had to say, and this is what your captain, Samuel Wren, had to say about you guys being on the team. Check it out.
It's both been great to have both of them on the team. They're not like they're girls, but they're tough at the same time. So the boys respect them a lot, and it just brought a whole different vibe to the football team.
Oh, they all got respect for them. We do. They treat this play the same way we play. Same anger issues and all.
All right, I want to say we'll kind of let go of the anger issues, but Jasmine, when you hear your teammates talking about you guys and you're just part of the team, how does that make you feel?
I mean, that's how I want to feel, so it makes me feel good.
So for you, mission is accomplished?
Yes.
What about you?
It makes me feel like I have a bigger family. So when they say, oh, she's just a part of the team, I'm okay with that. I don't want to be treated differently.
So that's your teammates, and I mean I play sports, and it can get kind of rough sometimes. And Samuel was telling me he, as a captain, has had to step in a time or two when other teams don't treat you guys with the same level of respect. Jasmine, can you speak to that at all? I mean, is it when you play other teams, do they give you the blues in a way that your teammates don't?
I mean, they think I'm a boy.
Oh, okay. So do your teammates stick up for you? Have you had that happen?
The first game, someone on the other team used another word for my name. So they started talking using some foul language in the first game, but that was the only time. The other times, because social media, a lot of the players from different teams have talked to me, and I know recently at Parkdale, they told me that it's respect for them to respect me now, and they understand where I'm coming from.
Good stuff, good stuff. Jasmine, what do you hope? Is it just JV football at the end of it for you, or you want to play it through high school?
Not at all.
What's your goal?
I'm trying to go as far as they let me go.
Okay.
And I'm trying to go further than that. I'm trying to set
new goals?
Yes, I'm trying to set new standards, yes.
What about you, Olivia?
When I first came out here, I planned to see what I could do. But now I want to play to my senior year. And if any other colleges want to come see me, I'll take that challenge.
Outstanding. All right, ladies, well, they're giving me the cues back in the control room. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Coach,
Thank you
you know,
for
they was
having
really,
us.
the show was about them.
them.
Thank you for joining us as well. All right, that's all we have time for on this edition of High School Sports Final. Don't forget, you can check out everything on our webpage, hssportsfinal.com.